100% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in over 2,500 locations across the United States. We're now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio, Idaho, Illinois, Michigan, Montana, Oregon, and Texas. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and find the nearest location closest to you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Oh, JBs, we back, baby! 2025.
What?
How I've missed you.
It's my year.
A lot of people don't know, but over the break, we don't see each other, and then we just come back for the show, and then it's like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? And that's fun.
Yeah. You and I? Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Well, we just need a break from each other.
Sure do.
I go,
sure do.
oh, they get a break?
Yeah.
What, boss, why can't I have a break too?
Yeah, you can't. Otherwise, I'd be Aubrey Plaza's husband. Had to say it. Had to say it. Sorry. R.I.P. Obviously. We'll get to that in a minute. But the prediction show we do at the end of every year, guys. Daddy nailed it again. Play that angel music for Jimmy. We lost our sweet boy. Oh, James Earl Carter Jr. He's left this earth. He's gone.
I remember where I was.
So do I. Where were you?
I was doing my makeup for something, going to hang out with the kids.
Yeah.
And every time Bob's number comes up in these last, you know what I mean, weeks, I'm like, oh, I hope it's not Carter, right?
Right. Or a lawsuit or something like that.
Whatever, but it was Carter. And I was like, no, God.
I couldn't believe it. And Bob, you were the first one to break the news to both of us because I was getting dressed and we share a thing. And I look at Jessie and I go, oh my God. She's like, what's going on? And I'm like, you're not going to believe this, like for real. And I said, check your phone. She checked her phone and she goes, no, this can't be true. And I was like, oh my God. So then we text you back, Bob, and started fact checking it. And sure enough, it was true. Where were you when Jimmy Carter died?
I don't know.
Bob.
You know goddamn well where you were, Bob.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I haven't accepted it, by the way.
I'm sure you haven't.
Haven't seen the body.
Yeah.
Been in a sort of just fog
Yeah.
since that day.
Yeah,
No,
I
I know.
understand. I understand.
I know.
On the last RPR of the year, though, I did say he would die before New Year's, and he died on December 30th.
Yeah, where were you?
Killed him.
Yeah.
Killed
Where
him.
was
Killed
I?
him.
Where were you that day?
Where was I? I was voting with Jimmy. That's where I was. I was getting ready for the next election with Jimmy.
With Jimmy. Yep.
He lived to be a hunch, okay?
No, we know. But
know.
for Jimmy, that was nothing. Do you know what I mean? In our minds.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We just don't know what to think.
Of the death itself?
Yeah. It was so
Fentanyl?
sudden.
So we always joke around on the show
So
about
sudden.
fentanyl, and I posted something on Instagram. I was like, man, hopefully we start treating this fentanyl crisis more seriously.
Yeah.
There was somebody on Instagram who wrote like a fucking Great Gatsby chapter 1 type fucking opening and just said, I've looked everywhere, and I can't find the cause of death is fentanyl. And I'm like, oh my God. And then goes on this thing. And then and they were like, you need to say you're sorry. This is a disgrace. He was a president of the United States and all this other stuff. When you live to 100, you beat everybody in the world. So you can joke about it at that point, you know?
Yeah.
If he died at like fucking 20, yeah, that's tragic. But at 100, we're good, you know? Like there's no
To
mystery.
us, what you don't understand is to us, it was sudden. Do you know what I mean? Like, to us, we didn't even know it was coming. So we're happy that you like prepared yourself, but we didn't. And so it's a little insensitive. I just feel
It was jarring. Bob, no lie, because we were together when we were reading your text. She screamed out loud like a family member had died.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. And I was like, what the fuck?
And maybe we should have been prepared.
Well, to us, Jimmy is family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. He's like Olive Garden, you know.
We should have been prepared, but we just thought there was something that could be done.
There's no preparing for that, really.
No, there's not. Hug your loved ones, because they could be gone tomorrow. Okay?
Yep.
So, who's this? Poutine Powered said outlived Queen Victoria here in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
Outlived
who that is.
a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. He's going to outlive Biden.
Yeah.
He's going to outlive Biden, for real.
Yeah.
It won't
He
even be
outlived
close.
a lot of people.
Oldest president of all time. So R.I.P. Sweet Jimbo.
Yeah.
Peanut Boy. Old dirty Peanut Boy, we used to call him in Georgia growing up. We're going to miss him. Going to miss him. But I'm, happy and sad, obviously, because my prediction came true, and I kind of just need to coast for the rest of the year on this show.
That's sort of what I always am most distraught by in these kind of deaths or something is Ross being right.
I know.
Because, as we all know, it's just a lot.
Is it?
Yeah, like when you win or when you're right.
Yeah. It's a lot for you?
Yeah, like you're a sore loser and a sore winner. Do you know?
I'm not.
It's a lot.
Listen,
look, there's nothing I can do.
My dad personally would be like, act like you've been there before.
Right.
That's what I do. You know,
Right.
my wins, you never hear about them.
No, you don't. But with me, they called me Rostradamus as a child. That is stuck with me forever. I've just had this innate ability at predicting the future. I don't know what it is. I'm an empath, too. I also take on other people's pain, Jesse.
Sometimes you got to throw the football back to the ref.
So
You
it's
do.
actually the
You do.
opposite of us taking a break from each other. It's like we spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, Jesse's
Do you know
on
what I
edge.
mean?
Jesse's on edge, not because
We
of me,
spent
because
a
of the children.
lot of time together.
The children. It's a long break for parents, and man, it's still
really-
going on.
It's still going on. They don't go back till tomorrow. And it sounds
Allegedly.
like they're going to go back tomorrow and then have Thursday and Friday off.
It might snow here in Austin.
So you better get everything done on Wednesday that you got to get done.
Nope,
know.
those fucking temperatures aren't going to go below freezing. The state is just going to piss its pants over cold rain.
I hope so, Bob, because I want to go to Jesse and I have tickets to Ohio State, Texas on Friday night. So I hope you're right, but I don't think.
No. They're going to shut down over cold rain.
No. And again, I hope that's the case, because then we can drive on an empty road, because that's happened to me before in the past, not only in Georgia but here as well, where I was just like, shit, I'm the only car out here. This rocks.
Yeah, like if you can handle rain.
Yeah, you're good, because everybody's staying home.
Right.
Grocery stores are empty.
Yeah.
Water's gone, toilet paper, all that other stuff. I'm not kidding. My lawyer was on the phone with him right before we got on air, and he goes, have you gone to the grocery store yet? And I was like, no, I just got back in town like 3 a.m. last night. And he
Well,
goes,
it started 2
"Hurrah."
days ago because they were talking about the storm.
Right.
So
Yeah. And he goes, bro, good luck today. And I was like, oh, all right, cool, man. Pray for us.
Right.
It's an inch maybe, if that. If we get anything, who fucking cares? Now, the game's going to go on. All right? Show goes on Friday nights.
right, indoor
Guarantee
stadium.
you that. Indoor stadium, the ratings are going to be, they're so high that they're like, I don't care what happens. You guys are playing this goddamn game, both teams.
Where are we sitting?
TBD, just simply because.
Don't TBD me.
Hang on. If it does snow, so our friends called Sarah Gonzalez and her husband there from the Blaze, and Steven. Sorry, Steven, that Bama didn't make it. But they called and they were like, hey, let's have drinks and meet up and everything else. And I'm like, what are you hearing in Dallas? And she's like, I'm hearing snow. She's like, I think it might be a shit show out there. So
It is going to be an absolute. I'm seeing.
What does that
Yeah.
have to do with our seats?
I'm seeing snow Thursday,
yeah.
and then again on Friday, a little sleet. So
I'll tell you what it has to do with our seats. So Sarah and them bought their tickets early. Tickets, because it's a home game essentially for Texas, are like $1,000, $1,200 a piece. They are dropping rapidly simply because they don't know if they can get physically to the game and cars and all that other stuff. And if you live in Dallas, sure, you can make it over there. But they're an Austin-based team. So all these fans have to drive from Austin to Dallas. And I don't know. So, we own the drinkinbrostickets.com, so I can pull those tickets at the last minute if we need to. So I'm just kind of waiting right now. And if it snows and we can't go, great. And then if it's hopefully Bob's correct, then we can go and rage and have a good time. We got a big weekend, so I hope it happens. One of our besties is having a stand-up special, taping it down at Mothership. So Brian Callen, good luck, buddy. We'll see you on Saturday night. We got a big night ahead of us, or a big weekend, ahead of us. So yeah, I don't want it to snow.
No.
I want to party. I want to have a good time.
Right.
I don't want to be Blake Lively.
Right.
I don't want to be sitting in my house in the cold, in the snow, in upstate New York saying, you know what? I should sue somebody.
Right.
I should fucking sue somebody.
Right.
This story's bananas. You've been following it more closely than I have.
Right.
Tell the audience what's going on here.
Well, it's been a long road, and it's been one of those windy kind of crime roads where you are on one person's side one week and the other person's side the next week, and back and forth, and you don't know what's going on. I don't know if people care about this, but there's a lot of people that do.
Well, here's why they do, in my opinion, is Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds right now is arguably top 3 male movie stars in the world. Right? Would you say that, Bob? Top 3?
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate.
Deadpool
Grossing, yeah.
But Deadpool was the highest grossing R-rated film of all time.
In terms of this guy's in the new XYZ movies coming out.
Wrexham,
right?
he's got Wrexham. He's selling gin for $500 million. I mean,
But he also sells...
Mint Mobile he owns.
He also sells himself, right?
Yes.
Funny, likable, that guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
And that's a prison, as we know. Likability is a prison, and you gotta be careful about how high you reach, because
I agree.
you will be taken down or found out or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So this has been going on for a while, since even the first paparazzi pictures of Blake Lively cast in It Ends With Us, a beloved, huge novel by Colleen Hoover. Right? She's like one of those where people read all of them. It ends with us. It begins with us. All the beach reads they love her. So they were so excited for this. It ends with us, right?
Yeah.
And Bob, I don't know if you got, my email's weird, but I don't know if you got the picture that I'm talking about. But you can look up first paparazzi pic of Blake Lively.
On set?
On set.
Okay.
So this is before we're like, we don't know who's going to play, who's going to what. Keep going down. That's one. It's one where she's like in a... Now, by the way, they wiped this, right? So
From the
PR teams doing what PR teams do. Here's one,
Okay.
but it's not the one. Like, there was a picture that leaked that people were like, wait, what? That's the girl that we've been reading about who's 26 and fashionable and in New York, and like, no, it wasn't that one, but it's the vibe is there.
That's the one that I saw back in the day on set.
It's a big coat and a beanie. She looks like a big homeless person, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And people at that point, this is when PR...
There it is right there.
Before the movie even came out, before anything even started, this was kind of... Actually, it's a pink jacket with a tied-up shirt.
Well, I think we got the gist.
You get the gist.
We saw this picture.
Also, the gist, though,
She was pregnant.
See that tied-up pink shirt with the pink jacket right there?
Yeah.
So this was the first one. And people are like, okay, like that's not it. That's not it.
That's not the character.
That's not the character. That's not the age. That's not the look. We did not expect.
Do you know what this looks like?
What?
It looks like a spin-off movie from her character in The Town.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny. If
Yeah.
she was older?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going way back just because probably most of our listeners don't even know what I'm talking about. Or maybe they do. Right? I don't know.
It's everywhere right now.
But yeah, so I'm going all the way back. So this is when people are like, whoa. And backlash started now. So PR teams are in effect now.
Right now, after this photo leaks.
After this photo, everyone's like, no, this is not it. What the fuck is going on?
When you're saying
the wardrobe, the age, the hair, everything. This is not who we wanted to play our beloved character that people have been talking about the movie for years at this point.
And to clarify, when you're saying it, you're saying this is not the character. So
this is not what we wanted.
How old was the character in the book?
26, I think, spans over a couple years, but 26,
hot,
early
thin.
30s. No, just New York flower shop owner, stylish. Like she had a fun, quirky style, but it wasn't this.
Okay.
Right? Like this is not fun and quirky. This
I'm sorry,
is
it's
weird.
23.
23.
Whoa,
23-year-old
the girl in the
college
book?
grad.
And
Yeah.
I think it spans up to what, 26, 30, whatever.
She's probably, what, 37, I think?
Yep.
Yes.
So 36 when she shot this, maybe?
37, literally just had a baby. So not like a young child, like literally is breastfeeding, pumping, like postpartum, everything. So it just wasn't it. But she, was in contract, was given the role and executive producer in vanity kind of title. And that's in the contract. They don't want her involved as like a main producer.
Stock standard these days.
Yes, like because of your fame, you're going to get an executive producer. So you have some money, input. You have some kind of input, but you're not going to be in the day-to-day
Operations.
operations of production.
By the way, this it gets even funnier too, though, because like the book is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember my wife telling me about this, and
It's so weird.
I just re-saw this fact, and I wanted to share it because it's so funny. She starts dating or whatever Justin Baldoni's character, who is a neurosurgeon at the age of 30.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's supposed to be 30.
A 30-year-old neurosurgeon.
Right.
Because this guy looks like he's 42.
Who likes to punch ladies.
Right.
Right? He likes to beat up his women.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a 30-year-old neurosurgeon.
No.
Any more than there is a dragon.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just
And
not...
especially a white one.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
It takes, I guess, like 15 years of like training to become a training wheels off neurosurgeon. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, it's just like the funniest like job to give someone, like a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
Because you're finishing medical
Because
school at
I
28.
think, but I think in the
Right.
book,
They're like, oh,
he
here's
was,
your brain.
There you
Start
go.
cutting.
in the book, he's 30?
Yeah.
Or they
Yeah.
made him, okay. Yeah. So this is like the beginnings. What we need to know about Baldoni is he optioned these rights of this book really long time ago. Wanted to make it, wanted to direct it.
Now,
so this is his.
But in
like,
this option, did he have the rights to star in it as well?
I'm sure it's his production company, him. It's
Because that's hard to get.
yeah.
I mean, Rocky, Good Will Hunting are the famous stories, obviously, and like, because I didn't know who this person was.
Yeah, so he
until this
must
movie.
have negotiated
So
that
it
and
ends-
wanted to tell the story, and yeah.
It also, I think, I don't know how big her other stuff was before this.
Who? Colleen?
Yeah.
Before the movie came out?
Before It Ends With Us. Was that her first like big
That
hit?
was her first big hit,
Okay.
but then people went back, and every other thing she wrote after that was huge.
But if you're a fan of something and you catch it before it hits, Bob, you can
so
option
he
it and
got
just hit
it.
the people
Well,
up.
that's what I was going to say is that because we talked about this before in the show, our company had a book that...
Yes.
And I've done it as well. Clayton's done it. I mean, we've all believed in like little projects that necessarily weren't huge hits already, and then they become hits, and then you're kind of fucked at that point where you're like, oh, all right. But he got his big break. He was able to get his big break from
He
this.
was able to see that see something in this whatever, and went with it, got it, this nobody guy, his production company, fine. Like, good for you. And, got all the way to Sony and Blake Lively and her executive producing and all of this. Now, once they start filming is when things get real cool. Blake, this is according to Baldoni, although Blake has different things in her civil suit, which is like basically hers is sexual harassment and reputation. Like him and his PR team like launched, a campaign to ruin her reputation by bringing up old interviews where she's a complete bitch. Well, they didn't put the words in her mouth. They didn't make her say these things, but things resurfaced. Would they have resurfaced without a PR push? Would they? I don't know.
Where does the sexual harassment come involved here? Because
so according to her, he was doing things in the scene that weren't rehearsed before, a biting of the lip, a whispering stuff
before the take starts?
Yeah, and stuff like this, and that there was no intimacy coordinator on set, even though she demanded one and they didn't get one, which is all false, as proven by Baldoni and text messages and like correspondence between the intimacy coordinator and Blake and him. And she was like, I don't want to meet, like, I don't have time before.
Okay.
So like you meet with her and then tell me like it's fine.
Because
basically her just being like, cool.
It's a dumb job. I've said this on the show in the past.
It is,
should never
but it
fucking
prevents
exist.
this shit.
But
So she, for some reason, didn't want to prevent any kind of sexual harassment suit. Don't know why, but things were already bad from the beginning.
Yeah.
So the collection of these little things makes it so if anything happens or if he tries to cut her out or if he tries to do anything or whatever, she has that. Certain things like him walking in on her topless while she's breastfeeding. Text messages show that she actually invited him into the trailer to run lines. And she said in the text message that I'm pumping. Can you just come to the trailer? Whatever. Okay. Uh-huh. So all these things are kind of counter, they both have things that are saying the other, invalidating the other, right? Okay. In both these lawsuits. But anyways, she becomes really, really involved, even though the contract says explicitly that she is not to be like involved in the day-to-day producing type stuff.
Yep.
Just executive. So she starts rewriting scenes every day. She makes all the wardrobe decisions, even though they had paid and picked all the wardrobe and everything before, had a really professional, seasoned wardrobe person on set. She went way over budget by getting all of her own stuff, as we can see. It's just so great. And instead of going in for fittings, would have the wardrobe bring all of the outfits to her penthouse 15 minutes from set. Things like this where you're just like, God, so just difficult.
Yeah. And
difficult because they didn't get along or difficult because they did get along.
I mean, look, most of the shit that you're saying for huge movie stars happens a lot. So like, hey, come to my house for a fitting. I don't want to fucking go there or whatever. These demands, they usually get away with.
But if you're executive producer and the money is...
It's the studio, so she doesn't give a shit. Because she's in the movie, that's the only reason they financed this goddamn thing. I can promise you that. Because they wanted a star to sell it around the world.
I guess that's normal to want people to bring all of the wardrobe to your house.
But is it being difficult? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But if you're the one that is financing the movie around the world and all the other shit, then typically they cave to you. You would never know these stories unless she sued.
Right.
And that's why I never would have sued in a million years if I was her.
Yes, so she fucked up. Because it could have gone, like, you could have just been like, all right, like, let it simmer, let it die down. They're going to do another one together contractually. So, like, you're going to have to work with this person again. Just chill. He wasn't saying anything bad in the press. She was being fucking weird as shit. Like, in her press tour, like, she was weird as shit. Pushing her in her contract, pushing her hair care, which, as you can see, anyone would want. So picking, she, like, in the contract, in every press conversation or interview, she was pushing her hair care and her alcohol, along with the movie that she was putting out as this, like, fun, get your girlfriends, wear your floral, let's go. To which, like, most people, including the Sony, was like, that, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if it gets people there, great. But they're not going to be happy about it once they get there. That's all. Yeah. But do what you want. Lots of threats to quit the movie and not do press. Her husband, Ryan Reynolds, rewriting scenes.
Paying for her own editors.
Yeah.
The big ending, like crescendo, was she didn't like his edit, so
Yeah.
she paid for her own editors, sat in on the edit, and even though his screened higher, hers went out. And these were all, everything, according to him, like everything was done because she would just threaten to not promote the movie and to leave or to use her husband. She threatened to like have Taylor Swift take her song out. Like there was just lots of weird control,
Sure.
which she has, but it's just a really, I don't know. Like there's something that happened that made her go like, fuck you, I'm fucking with this movie. That's all.
Well, if you don't like a project or you're not happy with it and you don't like the edits and you're a Blake Lively who, again, financed the movie and...
I know, but I didn't know she was an editor. I didn't know she was a director.
But this has happened before. So you have a track record of this happening in Hollywood behind the scenes. And everybody knows, and she knows. So she was like, fuck it. Yeah, I'll go in with my husband. We'll cut this up the way that I want it so I look great and all that other shit. And then we'll see what the studio thinks. I'll start with one of the most famous ones. It was Edward Norton and Salma Hayek. He went in there to the edits to do, what was the Frida Kahlo movie? Mm-hmm. Kahlo, what the fuck? I don't speak.
Frida. It's just Frida.
Yeah,
It's
Frida.
Frida.
Yeah, I don't speak Mexican, okay?
I thought you were fluent.
Well, I used to be. I used to be. And now it's all gone. If you don't use
all
the muscle, it's all gone.
Right.
So he went in there and re-edited it. He did the same with American History X. Before that, it was a big hit. Frida was a big hit. Like, he's a very talented dude. Matt Damon has also done this as well.
Yeah, like I said, you're going to go back and forth. Like, you don't really know. The real fuck up is filing the first lawsuit.
Can't
Now,
do it.
what they did with this lawsuit is she filed in California and then leaked that private lawsuit to New York Times only. New York Times sent an email to Baldoni at 10 p.m. at night for his response to the allegations. They said he had by 10 a.m. the next morning to respond, or else they were publishing. So all overnight, he gets the email at 10 p.m., they're publishing at 10 a.m.
Yep.
So without his response, they publish it. They put in the article a downloadable PDF of the whole lawsuit and no paywall. If anyone knows New York Times, in order to read any articles or anything, you have to subscribe.
Yep.
So they took that off of that article. And so then everything was put out on. So it was a big New York Times article.
Sure. Again.
Thinking it was going to be a Harvey Weinstein thing. It landed. Like, I think at that time we were like, oh my God, he was such a nightmare. It landed, and then it went farther into the ground when he sues the New York Times, $250 million lawsuit against them and his PR team. And then all the lawsuits start coming out, which means all the discovery comes out, which means
text messages, emails.
Text messages showing that her team doctored text messages in their lawsuit, like moving things around, deleting things to make it look different than it is. The communication between Baldoni and Blake Lively, or the communication between Baldoni and his PR team. So they've taken out, like, doctored these text messages to make them look like a totally different conversation. So, you know, it's one of those just like messy things. Now, the thing with Blake Lively's reputation and these interviews resurfacing, that like all of them are like, she's just not a likable person. She's not nice. Seems very fake. That's, I think, just kind of organically happened with a tiny push from PR.
Yeah, and again, we talked about this before the show with like Anthony Pellicano and those guys. This is going on in Hollywood for fucking 60 years at this point.
Right.
By the way,
There
Bear,
has to be something there though.
Gare Bear, is there a helicopter? Somebody landed a helicopter out back? I know a bunch of people fly in. Is there somebody in a helicopter out there? I'm hearing it in my fucking headphones. Sorry. We have a guest, but I'm like, did he come by helicopter today? On Drinkin' Bros. But yeah, with that, this has been going on for like 60 years in Hollywood.
Yeah.
At this point. The problem is this guy's unknown.
Right.
It's going to ruin his career. That's kind of it for him.
He was dropped from WME.
Yep.
Probably at the behest of Lively and Reynolds that are also repped at WME, right? He lost like multiple awards. Like he's done.
He's done. I think
his only recourse is to be like
to sue.
His own are these gonna go through to trial? I don't know, but his only recourse is to sue so that everything comes out. So at least in court of public opinion, he at least has a fucking shot, right? Otherwise, it would be like he's sexual harassment. He's canceled, like done. Blake Lively's the queen. Blah blah blah. So thankfully now, no matter what happens, he at least was like, dude, this is what actually happened.
Yes and no. Like I can tell you what's going to happen with all of this and his entire career and all of it. The New York Times thing, because of what you said, if it was not behind a paywall. They'll have those text messages and emails and discovery, and they'll be like, well, hey, you pushed this, fuck off. New York Times will settle at a high dollar amount there, not $250. That's nuts. It'll probably be in the 10 to 12 range, somewhere in there, million. I don't think he'll work again after this. Maybe some indies or something like that.
They have a sequel.
That's kind of it contractually, but they're not going to do it at this point.
I don't know.
Not in a million years.
Okay.
I can promise you that with everything inside of me.
Okay.
Even The Rock wouldn't come back to the goddamn Fast and Furious. And there was a joke about that in the Golden Globes, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
But he'll get the money. He'll make a decent sum out of this. Her, I don't know, your reputation really won't recover from this, in my opinion. Because you're thinking the same thing. We're all thinking the same thing. And now that it's out and these demands get out and everything else, speaking of The Rock and Vin Diesel, that it happened to The Rock as well. And then he had to come out and release a statement saying, yeah, I was pissing in water bottles on set and all this other weird shit.
Diva demands are like not something that can ruin a reputation, right? Like, oh, you want the clothes brought to your house. That's fine. It's when it's like on top of all kinds of things, like rewriting stuff every day, rewriting stuff with your husband that is not on like anywhere involved in this production, like having meetings in your penthouse with Sony executives and Baldoni and her and Ryan Reynolds, where Ryan Reynolds is the one talking most of the time. Like all of that stuff is more than just like diva demands. It's like, it's just a step above, I think.
It is, but she's not, at the end of the day, a bankable star around the world. How much did this movie make, Bob, gross, total around the world?
I'll look up the number. I think it was the 14th highest grossing film of the year.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Pull up the number. Yeah, I will. Just out of curiosity. Because...
350 million worldwide on a $25 million budget.
Ooh, that is a monster hit. If I were now hearing that number, if I were her, god damn it, dude. Because let's face it, she's only really famous now because of her husband. And it's not like you're dying to see the next Blake Lively movie. And I apologize, Blake, but whatever. So for that, if you at that dollar amount, you shut up, you do the sequel, you stay in separate trailers, you have different people bring you shoot you out to different times, and then you move on with your life, and then you keep growing your brand, your business, your alcohol, what was the other thing she promoted? Hair care?
Hair care.
Yes. Do
so
all
of
that.
Have frizzy, weird hair all day.
But just shut the fuck up and be rad.
Well, that's my answer to everything, right?
Yes.
Like, just shut the fuck up and get paid and make sure you get what you need on the back end. I think for her, the reputation piece and seeing these interviews just pushed her too far over the postpartum, feminist.
Oh yeah,
edge.
yeah. I mean, look, the biggest
right over the edge.
The biggest story in all of this, in my opinion, is people are over celebrities. They are, You saw it in the election, and you saw it, and you're like, hey, I'm sorry. Nikki Glazer even had a joke about it in the Golden Globes opener the other night, where she's like, sorry that you didn't elect your president like you thought you would.
Right.
And people don't care about celebrities anymore. Even television shows. Like, they're all going with smaller budgets and everything else. If you hear these stories about a star these days, and you're like, fuck, I'm not going to do it. Netflix is the most famous one right now, so all that shit and dealing with The Rock and paying him $30 million for these weird fucking AI movies or AI script-generated movies that they feel like, they said, we're done with that. We're not paying these big stars anymore. We're not paying a Kevin Hart. We're not paying a Rock. We're not paying all these guys to do these fucking movies anymore. We're going with smaller budget shit, or we're going with WWE, which just launched last night.
Right.
It was a massive hit, and they knocked it out of the park last night. That's what they're going with. So, again, going back to what she did, you don't say anything. You keep making the money. You hope the checks, still come in. They're close to $1 billion as a couple overall. Not only does this damage you and your husband, but then your brands and all the shit that you guys are promoting and the Wrexham, and those are fun stories and all that other stuff. And now everybody's going to look at you and be like, what's the real story
There are questions of if the lawsuit was filed before or after she did not get nominated for anything.
Even then.
I'm just saying.
But the movie does well. You do the
Sure.
sequel, because you said there's a sequel, right?
Yeah.
You do the sequel. You get all the things. You get all the money. You get the editors. You get the thing. You keep cashing in those checks.
That's a brand of feminism, but she is the other. She is definitely the other, which is why all of her interviews have portrayed her in this really horrible way, because she is a different kind.
But she's never been great at interviews anyways. So
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I mean, never. So and him, I don't know, he was always fucking weird. Both of them should have been grateful that they had this movie about domestic violence that the studio tricked everybody into thinking was this rom-com, including my mom. We were home over Christmas.
Yeah.
She goes, I thought I was seeing a rom-com, and then he beat
She's
her.
like, once he punched her, I was like, what is this?
And I was like, Mom, it's a little DV. She was like, no, it was a lot.
It was a lot. It's a lot.
So both of them should have been happy with everything that was going on. I didn't hear anything from him negative before all this shit started.
No. So he was doing the brand of I'm just going to, in interviews, being like, I think she should direct. It was great.
Yeah.
We're great. Everything's great.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Let's make the thing. And she was like, no.
Yeah.
Because he was coming off well and she wasn't. She had to try and right that ship. And in trying to do so, I think messed up a little bit. Although, I don't know.
You say nothing.
I don't. And all's this to say, my favorite part of the lawsuit is when Justin Baldoni asked his trainer or asked the stunt person, because he has some bulging discs in his back and he has a bad back.
Okay.
There's a scene where he has to lift
Oh, up in the air.
Yeah, and throw her or something.
Okay.
And so he was inquiring, what'd she weigh? What does she weigh?
Yeah. Well, you need to know what you're working with.
You gotta know, right?
Gotta know what you're working with.
You have to know what you're working with.
Yeah.
And so that is the crux of probably everything. This is the crux of Ryan Reynolds' tirade at his house in the penthouse, was asking about her weight, and I can't believe it.
But that is
the wardrobe is about
question.
her. My prediction is this is going to go blah, 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 fizzle out. She's going to come out and talk about postpartum. She's going to come out and talk about postpartum and how it makes you crazy. And I was just so insecure. And this just hit something. And I want to take away the stigma. And I'm going to stigma. And then they'll kind of breeze into the sequel.
Ugh. It's.
We'll see.
It is not with this many lawsuits. I can tell you
Well,
that. But
I know she doesn't. The thing is, she doesn't want all the stuff to come out, but I don't think he cares.
Well,
so he's release everything, and she doesn't want that to happen. So is there a settling? Is there a take on her part?
Oh, there'll be a settlement, and I think it's going to him.
Exactly. So I don't know if they end that, if it ends with us, if it ends with them,
yeah,
right? And the lawsuits get kind of okay, stop. Don't tell anybody, just stop. Then they have some time. Then they do a postpartum interview circuit. And then they go into the sequel.
Not 1 Millionaire City, the sequel. No way. No way. That's my prediction.
I'd watch.
You would all
I'd go see it.
Yeah, you'd watch. It's kind of like Christina and what's her nuts, who's the slapdick on HGTV with the ex-wife, and then they got back together and they were flipping houses.
Oh my God, they're like in a prison now. They can't do anything without each other.
No, they can't.
I just watch those commercials because they always play during Triple D, and so on Friday I'm watching Triple D, and those commercials just constant. I like this looks like hell.
That entire network is now just the two of them.
Yeah.
Doing different shows with their new significant others, and then you're just like, wait, what the fuck is this? Like, but she looks like a better version of her, so I'm confused when I see the two of them, and I'm like, okay, well, shit, who is it, you know?
Speaking of another guy who ended up coming out on top of a situation that he sounded bad in at first, Tarek is
killing
taking the dub.
He's taken it to the streets.
She's been divorced 2 more times since they got divorced.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, there's like shit about her kids, allegedly. I don't know.
And he's my brand, right? Which is like, give him enough rope, right?
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
That's all you gotta do.
And just let the world see, because they will eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing what you're doing. Keep working with her. If she wants to work, keep working. Keep doing. Don't be fucking weird, but just.
Yeah, it's one of those things, because you and I have had some friends in controversies. It's the same thing. Just don't say anything. Just breeze through it and let it go. Same with Drake. I don't know if you guys saw that over, I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago. Obviously, he gets destroyed by Kendrick Lamar. He's doing the Super Bowl. It's a massive thing, all that other shit. I said on the show after it happened, I was like, oh, well, you can't recover from this. Just take like 5 years off. You're rich as fuck, and then come back, work on some crazy album for 5 years, and then just drop bangers. Like whatever that is, and everybody will forget. You can't let it go. Can't let it go. Dropped a freestyle like 3 nights ago about LeBron James, saying that he was pissed off because he was singing Kendrick Lamar at a concert or something else, and you listen to the song, and you're like, oh my God, dude, Drake, just go away for like a little, like 4 or 5 years. Work on the best album you can, and everybody will forget about it. But there's people that just can't, and they're like, you know what? I'm either going to file a lawsuit or I'm going to do this thing, and that's it, and I'm going to keep talking about it.
I was actually pretty proud of her not saying anything for a long time. I was like, all right. She is not looking good since day one. And I was like, all right, like, just keep going out with Taylor Swift, keep looking cute, like, keep, brushing it off, whatever, and it'll be fine. And she just couldn't fucking do it. Or Ryan, I don't know. There's a missing piece, which is why I'm saying, like, did they really like each other for a second? Was Ryan jealous? Like, I don't know. There's a missing piece in here that we're not getting.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think you're at home. What do they have? 4 kids? You're at home with 4 kids. Husband is globally famous, doing the coolest shit on the planet, day in and day out. And you're like, man, I used to be a movie star and all this other stuff. And then you become bored and you're like, well, fuck this. That's my guess. I don't think anything nefarious would go on, simply because.
Not nefarious, but like, not nefarious, but the things that they had to do and the way that he, wanted to discuss things and wanted things to go. Like, I think she probably came home and was like, he was kissing my neck and he called me fat. And Ryan was like, fuck this shit, we're done.
Who knows? But if you're him, I would think, or hope at least, you would know that she's dating one of the most powerful celebrities in Hollywood, one of the most famous dudes on the planet. You cannot fuck around with this shit. Asking about the weight thing, I've had to carry people in fucking movies. Yes, men and women, you ask. You're like, hey, how much is this?
I think he did. Like, I think he did know that weight was pulled around a lot. I think he did bend a lot for her because of knowing that. And so, yeah, I think in the end, he knew that all along. And that's why he's like, I want everything to come out because I'm good.
Well, he's also probably not going to work. Because if Ryan Reynolds continues this hot streak that he's on, and it's been massive for him. It's Ryan Reynolds or Justin Baldoni, and if you're a Ryan Reynolds, you just go in there and talk to the studio and be like, look, if you hire this guy, I'm not going to fucking work with you. That's going on for years.
Maybe.
It's going on for years. I think he gets a huge check at the end of this, and then probably never works again or does like an independent film.
And then she directs the next one. I think is what she wants.
Well, I'm sure that's what she wants.
If they get him out successfully, then she'll direct it. And then she could do some female empowered, like I fucking beat the dude into submission and now I'm fucking directing.
I don't think that movie happens. Not in a million years.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Baldoni does have another movie coming out.
Oh, did he shoot it already?
Yeah, it's
in post-production?
It's in post.
Good for him. What is it?
I don't know. It's called Laughing at My Nightmare.
Okay.
Wow.
Who's in it?
No one. I've no one I'm familiar with. It might be a doc or something.
Oh, about what has happened?
Because it says there's someone. The only person listed on the IMDb for cast is listed as self. So it could be like a narrator.
That might be your missing piece then. So let's say he made a doc about himself and this whole experience and everything else, and it's about to come out. Maybe that's the lawsuit. Maybe that's your missing piece.
And he's done, I believe, docs before.
Okay. Interesting.
All right. Well,
we'll find out.
Sorry, guys, but you're going to hear about this, so might as well.
Be from James,
No,
dude.
a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, because this is going to go on for a while.
It's just going to go on for a while.
There's
and
nothing...
It's just everywhere, and they're going to have him, her, receipts, trial, no trial. I don't know.
And there's not enough celebrities anymore to fill up these shows or articles or internet. So, like, yeah, they'll drag this out forever.
Oh, he's also the EP on an upcoming, perhaps Scarlett Johansson's directorial debut.
Look at that. Look at that.
Now that could really change things because Scarlett Johansson seems like a fucking real bitch, right?
Guys,
so she's...
You know what you're missing, right? They were married. Ryan Reynolds was married to Scarlett Johansson.
Oh!
That's his ex-wife, guys.
Let's fucking go.
Quick reminder, that's his ex-wife.
So Baldoni is producing a movie
With his
that
ex-wife.
Scarlett Johansson is directing.
That
And
could be your missing
he is
piece.
going to... Oh, he is gonna sing her praises.
Yep.
Okay. Just saying.
That's funny. Is it in post or is it just announced?
I think it's in post, I'm pretty sure.
Woo!
Yeah, it should be. Principal photography got underway February of last year. So,
they're done.
Yep,
so
filming
then
wrapped in
this
April,
was
yeah.
happening,
While that was going
and
on.
Reynolds was getting all fucking
Oh,
hot
boy.
and bothered.
Because I don't know. That's the thing about their relationship is everybody forgets that they were married. Because he's kind of blew up after it, like really blew up afterward. Everybody forgets about that marriage.
And their relationship kind of started a little bit overlapping. So, like, he was with Scarlett Johansson, she was with Penn Badgley, and this was kind of an affair.
Okay.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds started.
Got it.
But
Well, that's fun, isn't it? That's real fun.
I like that one.
I like that one a lot. So that might be it. Because then if he EP'd it, because this movie made so much money, he'll go out and do press for it, for sure.
You know who does shit and shuts the fuck up? Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, you don't really hear about her that much.
You know who's had to deal with some shit
She did sue Disney, though.
and shuts the fuck up?
Who's that?
Yeah, sue Disney.
Yeah. She
Get
won.
fucking
She
money.
won. She won, by
But
the way.
everyone's
so
on her
movie
side.
was in the theaters, right?
Yep. And she won that lawsuit, by the way. And it was massive. I think she got like $30 million. It was huge.
Everyone in Hollywood, though, was on her side for that because they were all dealing with the same thing.
Yeah. It was the COVID shit of like, hey, we're pushing these movies to streaming. No. And it was in my contract to go to theaters, which it was. And that
And
lawsuit
then
ended
if
pretty
you have
quickly.
back end points, like
Correct.
you lose all of that.
Yep. And so they got the damages plus her salary and everything else, and they settled that one real quick. So, yeah, interesting. Watch the Golden Globes. Did you watch it? Did you end up watching it? Did you save it?
It was like a little bit on in the background, but I turned it off after.
Because you texted me, and I was stuck in a thing, and
So I was like, oh, can I
stuck
watch
in Denver.
it,
It was
or were
super
you-
late. I said, yeah. I knew you were at home with the kids, they're off school, and I go, you've had a harder time than me. Go ahead and watch it, and I'll catch up with it.
Yeah, but I can't watch or do anything with the kids around, so
Got it.
it was kind of like, well, this is pointless. Let me just save it.
So-
Although clips and winners and everything were already out at this point.
I got stuck on a tarmac for like 3 hours on both sides, in Denver for like an hour and a half, and then in Austin for a long time. And Dan was with me. And so I ended up watching the most of it and then just kind of breezing through it there because a lot of people that won, I didn't know who the fuck they were.
Right.
Like, it was a weird one this year. I'm going to go and check out this movie's Brutality. I haven't heard of it. People say they
Brutalist?
like it, or Brutalist, or whatever it is.
Brutalist, yeah.
But it's another Holocaust movie for Adrian Brody.
And look,
Go to the well.
if it ain't broke,
Go to the well.
if it ain't broke.
And good for him. But I watched Nikki Glazer's opening monologue. I thought she was great. She knocked it out of the park, and she was fantastic. Right tone, right everything, and just edgy enough to make her look cool. Not Ricky Gervais, where you're burning down the whole world, and then they'll invite you back for all the other stuff. And she's one of those people who, she does stand up, but she's better at roasts and things like that, and better in short form, in my opinion. 15 minutes, hosting, and all that other stuff. I think it's a perfect fit for her for the future. I could see her doing this for like 3 or 4 years, potentially doing an Oscars or something like that later on down the road, because she is very, very good at it. And she clearly had great writers, because even in and out of the commercial breaks is where they kind of write for you to come back with a joke based on who won or who lost. And she was just on fire all night, and she did a great job. The only problem with that show, the ratings did pretty well actually, is that the TV shows, because we don't have any, were the same that we've been seeing forever. So it's The Bear, Baby Reindeer, it's the same 5 that have been on all of these shows. And finally, she made a joke about it of like, well, the movies are here, and then all the TV stars are movie stars because they're not doing the movies anymore, and they have to do these.
Right.
And it's look, I don't know what they're gonna do with it eventually, TV wise, but you need to start pumping out more of this shit. And I'm curious to see how it'll all shake out, because you still need that element of that show. That is half that show is television. And that's where I checked out, because it was just like, man, I've seen these fucking award shows now for 3 years with the same goddamn people winning over and over and over
Well,
again.
Shogun was kind of new, right? Or did they win last year?
Just won the Emmys.
That was new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Shogun's like the new. They won everything.
Yes.
So
And they won everything again. But the problem is, you're not
probably
getting
because they're new.
but you're not getting the fun speeches.
Sure.
You're not getting the laughter. You're not getting Jim Carrey anymore. You're not getting Melissa McCarthy or Amy Poehler or anything else. You got some guys who can barely speak English. And Delco, if you want to go ahead and hit it. I mean, we're back. We're back. Go ahead and hit it. We're back, guys, and that's the problem. So you want to see the laughter, the jokes, the everything else. The people who are presenting the awards were funny. The people who are actually winning them, you're like, oh, fucking A. The weirdest one for me was Demi Moore. I didn't know this movie she was in. I had no idea that she was nominated for it. I just assumed it was maybe for Landman, I guess, but she doesn't have any lines in that. And then she won for like lead actress in this movie, and I was like, oh, holy shit, that's
People
amazing.
are talking about The Substance for sure.
Of the substance of what?
That's the movie.
Oh my God, is it?
Substance, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's seen that?
This is a pretty grim Oscar season, I feel like.
Guys, who's seen any of these movies? And that was the biggest issue. Like, the lead actress was in a movie that I've never fucking heard of. The supporting was another one. Directing. And the movie itself, I was like, what is this? Like, I don't know any of these goddamn things. Even animated? What was that? What was the animated movie that won?
I don't know.
It was
Flow?
from another country.
Yeah.
What was it called? Flow?
Flow, I think.
Flow. Oh, okay.
You had Moana, you had Inside Out, both of them billion-dollar movies, and then, oh, hey, here's this one that somebody drew in their apartment and then threw up on screen, and that's Best Animated Picture.
Right.
I mean, it probably was better than Moana 2.
Yeah.
But Inside Out 2
what I hear.
Inside Out 2 was really good, though.
Well,
Yeah, true.
I didn't see it.
Took the kids. Took the kids. It was really, really fucking good.
I think, honestly, if all that was a middle finger to giving a sequel a de facto Globe, I'm here for it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Just
If
it's
that
just
was like,
dude,
let's
fuck
do
all these
something
sequels.
different.
Yeah, like I'm okay with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what my guess was with the overall show and the people that won and the movies that won? Is they made the Hollywood Foreign Press sit in another room in the hotel and watch the awards like they were backstage watching it on a television. Usually they let them sit with all the celebrities and shit. This year they're like, yeah, we don't really want to see you guys on camera. So can you kind of watch over there? And they didn't find out until Friday night. And then they got this email from the producers saying, so, hey, guys, we got a screening for you, special screening. It's going to be in the ballroom down the hall. You're not going to actually be there because we don't want to see you because you're uggos. And nobody wants to see the normies there. You want to see the fun people. Now, what I would have loved to have heard was the tables mic'd up. And maybe they do this in the future. Because Jamie Foxx was sitting with Adam Sandler. I guarantee you they just shredded the entire night for 3.5 hours. And I bet that was the funnest goddamn table of all time.
Right.
Mic those guys up and have them do like a Manning cast from their table of what the award show actually was. And then people are all in at that point.
By the way, Dax Shepard had another Ross Patterson moment at the Globes.
God damn it, dude. I know.
What?
I know.
What happened?
Yeah.
He was like, fuck this, the Lions are playing. He's from Detroit, I believe, or he's from Michigan, I think.
He is Michigan. Yeah.
And the Lions were playing to get the #1 seed that night. He didn't give a fuck about the Globes or that his wife's show was nominated.
Nope.
He had
the phone up on YouTube TV just watching the game. And I was like, fuck.
You and him would be besties. You and him are the same.
Oh, man.
I know.
And somebody
It's
said
so
something
sad.
to him, by the way, and he goes, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
the game
care.
is
Give
on,
a-
dude.
This is
The
all
game
that
is on.
matters.
Yeah.
I know. And now I'm like, fuck.
It's
Even Bert Kreischer was just like, after doing the show with him a few weeks ago, was just like, is Dax Shepard my new best friend? Like, literally, it was like, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But when I saw that, I was like,
you,
God damn it.
Bert, and Dax are a certain type of person.
Which is
Can't put my like.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Gregarious,
Yeah.
outgoing,
Yes.
life of the party.
Yes.
So many superlatives.
Yes.
Yeah.
All those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't party. I mean, he doesn't party anymore, but Bert and I do at least. You know?
Yeah.
We have a good time with it.
Sure.
And yeah, I saw that clip, Bob, and I was just like, fucking A, bro. Fuck. Because I would have done it too.
Yes.
Yes.
If it's the Falcons or Ohio State, if it was Ohio State, shit.
Especially, by the
Good
way,
luck.
the Lions don't win anything.
Ever.
So this is like the biggest game in the history of the Lions, basically.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
And they won. They got home field advantage. They
Yeah.
were great. They stomped them. I'm sure Dax probably went to the restroom and was like, fuck, I wish I could do drugs right now. This is the greatest night of my life.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? Lions won, and they got the 1 seed. They got the bye, all of it. Oh, man. Yeah, what a night to do drugs,
And honestly,
huh?
he was sitting there on his phone, probably thinking, I will absolutely trade anything my wife's show wins for this Lions dub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. Like, but I don't care if she wins an award.
Right.
I have to get this victory. Yeah. And I get that. I would have done the same.
100%.
Yeah. You know, if it was an Ohio State National Championship versus Jessie getting, Best Supporting Actress or something. Yeah, I'm taking that natty.
Taking that Buckeye dub.
Taking that
it's
natty.
been, 12 years? It's 11 years?
10
years. 10
yeah.
years, yeah.
10 years.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, Jesse.
Well, she knows.
Oh, I know.
She knows, dude. Yeah.
I
And
know.
I'm sure, by the way, Kristen Bell knows.
Yeah.
I'm sure she was
if
like, go
you
ahead,
don't-
bro.
You don't think that the people that have been with a Dax or a Ross for a long period of time didn't have to reconcile like that they knew everything they were getting into?
Listen, I kind of
And like,
understand.
it's your fault at this point, bitch.
With
Like,
the
that's what I have to
Lions?
tell myself all the time.
It's the Lions, though. They've never won.
No, I'm a Falcons fan, Dan. I know what I know.
No,
We've never
Ohio
won either,
State,
bro.
You win all the time in Ohio State.
We do, but that's college. But this is his pro
That's
team. I
my
don't know who his
argument,
college team is.
Delco. That's my argument. I go,
Another?
oh,
Yeah,
once in a
another victory.
lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
we
so
gotta
hard, guys.
see it for the 100th time.
Did I not tell you this year too? Ohio State could still win the national championship, and you were just like, no, they don't.
No,
I told you.
Raged out, dude.
I told you live on air they would have to change their entire offense in 2 weeks to do it.
They did.
But
Chip
that's
Kelly
impossible.
Adapted.
He's a genius, but you hated him. He was your coach.
I don't
Save
hate
it
him.
for your fucking show, guys. Save it for your own show.
I don't hate
Which
Chip
is probably
Kelly.
coming on in what, 5 minutes?
No.
I just dislike him as an Eagles head coach.
I did see one Golden Globes nominated film over break that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Okay, what?
What was it?
Saturday Night.
Oh shit! I want to see that.
Nice.
Where'd you watch it at?
Prime.
Okay.
Oh, all right. We'll
was
watch
like
it.
$6 rental. Yeah, I
And
was
you
gonna
liked
watch
it?
it way earlier, but it was like $20. Like, I'll wait.
Okay.
Fuck that.
And so, what's the feedback on it? Because I got a funny story about it.
I fucking loved it. I thought
Really?
it was
Sweet.
just fucking great
So
all
was
the
it-
way through.
And it was nominated.
Gabriel LaBelle, I think, was nominated for Best Actor playing Lorne Michaels.
Plain Lauren.
Okay, so the funny story that I read over the break was it was Reitman, Jason Reitman, who directed it.
Yeah.
And he said he invited Chevy Chase to a screening of it.
Yeah.
And Chevy Chase watches the entire movie, and I guess some of the other cast members were there. Gets up, and Jason Reitman comes up to him, and he's like, "Hey, what'd you think of it?" And Chevy Chase looks at him and he goes, "You should fucking be embarrassed," and walked out. Didn't say another word to him after
Sounds
that.
about right.
Chevy Chase is apparently not all there anymore.
No, he's
But
always
yeah.
been an asshole.
I think
always been an asshole.
The movie captures, like Chevy Chase said in a different interview that was less dramatic than that, that he was like, it was not as chaotic as the movie made it out to be. We like definitely like had the show ready and I'd rehearsed it a few times and everything. But I think it does a good job of capturing like if you superimpose one night onto one night, what like getting that production together was like maybe over weeks the same way. And I think that's fine. I think that's a good way to do it.
But also, like, the people that are on coke don't realize how chaotic it is
also
at the time. Do you know what I mean?
I think they captured the spirit of it. I've also seen people complain like about Saving Private Ryan, like D-Day was longer than 20 minutes.
Well,
well,
sorry, we can't have a 6-year movie or whatever. You know, it's like, hey, dude, we can't do that either.
We get it. It captured the essence of the event.
It's not Ken Burns.
Right.
Sure.
So, and I think this did a great job of, if you view it as like the Saving Private Ryan D-Day scene where it captures the essence of getting Saturday Night Live onto the air, I think it's perfect.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it.
And all, by the way, all the actors they chose for the cast members, fucking incredible.
That's what we saw in the trailer, though.
Yeah.
We were like, let's go. And then we're like, oh my God, everyone is really capturing, maybe not necessarily looking exactly the same or anything, but the essence of it, right?
Yep.
Which is the
Aykroyd
greatest impression.
Aykroyd and Chevy Chase especially are perfect.
Yeah.
How was the Belushi?
He was good.
Okay.
He was good. I was afraid that was going to be a distraction. It wasn't. He was good.
Yeah.
But Chevy Chase in particular, that dude, he was knocked it out of the park. And I thought Gabriel LaBelle was awesome as Lorne Michaels, too.
So he hated all of it then. I mean, to say that, you should be fucking...
Yeah.
That was
Well,
his exact quote. You should be fucking embarrassed.
There is a scene specifically where Chevy Chase gets big dicked by Milton Berle.
Who
Yeah, and
actually has the
and
biggest
he
dick in
didn't like
Hollywood.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that probably rubbed Chevy Chase the wrong way. And it's one of the best scenes in the movie.
Okay. Interesting. But he's always been an asshole. Like that's, we went to him for Range 15 and had a meeting with his agent in New York. And he goes, we offered his full quote. It was a lot of goddamn money. And he goes, this is a piece of shit. And I go, hey man, it's for veterans and everything else. And they raise money and we're all doing this and kind of pulling together. And he goes, I don't give a fuck. And I was just like, okay. Now his agent, to his credit, took me out to lunch and he goes, hey man, I'm really sorry. That's just how he is about everything. And I was like, no, I've heard.
Yeah.
We're all good. Just know that. Because and I ended up hiring another one of his clients for the film. And I was like, we're cool. Like I get it. You know? I'm like, you're all good. But that's not surprising. That's really funny. Now I want to see this.
It is just a really fucking good movie. You know what I mean? It's fucking tight. It's always moving. You're always captivated. There was never a moment where I was bored.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been looking for some cool shit.
Yeah. Don't watch Night Bitch.
We watched
That's
it.
all I'm...
We watched it.
Did you watch it, Bob?
I have not seen Night Bitch
Okay.
yet, no.
Nominated for a
Tell
Golden
your
Globe.
wife, too, to
Amy
not
Adams.
accidentally watch it or put it on.
By the way, my favorite Nikki Glazer joke of the Globes
What?
was, we've got nominees, including Night Bitch, Queer, and Wicked, also known as things that Ben Affleck shouts when he orgasms.
Yeah.
Exactly
I was
right.
like,
There was she had a bunch of them, man. She was
Yeah.
really good. But Night Bitch was
Don't do it.
Nobody
Should do it.
Can we just have a small convo real quick?
No,
and then
nobody
we'll end
should
it with
do it.
this. We'll end it with this, if you don't mind. Did she gain weight for the role? I'm gonna be sensitive here.
Listen,
due to the
Baldoni.
Blake
Hey, Justin
Lively.
Baldoni. No, who cares? What?
Is it based on a book? Is that the character? Did she because she was bigger for the movie, and I don't know if it was intentional. Can you look it up, Bob? Is all I'm saying.
What is he going to put in? What do
Did-
you want him to put into Google?
I'll tell you exactly what to put in.
Please.
Did Amy Adams gain weight intentionally for Night Bitch?
The first article that's going to come up is "You're an asshole."
Hang on.
Ross is
Hang
an
on.
asshole
Let's see.
Yes, she did.
on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. Suck it.
Okay.
Suck it.
Well, she hasn't gotten rid of it.
Dude,
That's all
yeah.
I'm saying.
She has been playing a lot
She's
of
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been playing a lot of like grimy characters lately.
Yeah.
There was one movie
Yeah.
that came out like 2 years ago that was based on like an airport novel, kind of like It Ends With Us, but more like mystery, suspensey, that where she's just like this shut-in cat lady. Like I was like, whoa, she looks rough in this. Probably on purpose, but like, good Lord. Like I'm sure it's part of the movie, but I was like, good. It's not the Amy Adams
It's
I know.
hard. It's hard. Look, to Ross's point, like it's hard to look at her in this, but I think that's what that's what it's supposed to be.
Well, then good for her. Then if that was the character, awesome.
Yeah, because she was supposed to be like, just had a kid, stay-at-home mom, feeling frumpy, can't get off weight, like
she was
all the
great at
things
it.
that,
yeah. She was
we
great at
think.
it, for real. Where I just looked at it, I was like, man, I hope this is intentional. That's nice to know that it was. And you fucking try to shame me live on air. We're live.
Oh, you're
all over the
still
world on
no,
YouTube.
it's still stupid.
We're live all over the
It's
world.
still stupid.
And there's millions watching. And I know it says like 500, but whatever. It's millions,
Right.
probably, in some other country.
Right.
You know, China. I heard we're huge in China, so.
Switzerland is actually our biggest market.
Love the Swiss. Love the Swiss.
Anyways.
Yeah. Anywho's, we're back doing video shows. A lot of people asked last night because we did audio for sports and then audio for Drinkin' Bros Fake News. D'Anthony Holloway and I were stuck in Denver. It was snowing. So the show goes on. We did it from the hotel rooms and Derek's house and wherever we could because we are back. And speaking of which, we'll be live on video here on Drinkin' Bros Podcast Patreon in 5 minutes. Jack Mandeville's here. Is he back there?
He did Citizen.
He's here.
Yeah, and he's our guest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because earlier when I heard the helicopter, I was like, oh, shit. Maybe he came in with Brandon.
You should call your episode Night Bitch.
Night Bitch for him? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got something else fun.
Jack Mandeville, Night Bitch.
We got something else fun here. We're talking about Zuckerberg today.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, he got red-pilled.
Okay.
Well, he
Love it.
started doing jiu-jitsu, hanging out with a bunch of alphas.
Yeah.
So
I
last...
think he just left his office, but yeah.
Yeah, fine. And he was just like, oh, shit.
I think he just left the house, but yeah.
Is this what's going on in the world?
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
I've
Okay.
been in meta.
Man, sorry about that.
Sorry,
yeah.
I've been living VR.
I'm going to have a steak.
Yep.
I'm going to go to jiu-jitsu. I'm going to figure out my life. So we'll chat about that. And he also dropped a video this morning explaining how he says he's going to end all the censorship on Facebook and Instagram. So we'll play that and chat about it. Join us on Drinkin' Bros Podcast, Patreon, and then obviously fucking just go to iTunes, rate this goddamn show a 5-star. Leave a quick review. I don't want to say this anymore. I'm sick of it as you are, okay? But do it, and you got to do it, okay? And then go to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.